It's Sunday and everybody is at home. And so, I'm making dinner for my family. I'll take you through my thought process as I cook so that you will know what goes through my mind as I cook. Today is going to be spaghetti with a meat sauce, and I'm serving it with Brussels sprouts and garlic bread. I'll be making the meat sauce in my new Instant Pot. I'm freestyling here, so there will not be an ingredients list or amount. I'm just doing this by feel. You always start with a sharp knife because dull knives are dangerous. For the most efficient use of time, I always start with the item that takes the longest to cook. And for today, it's the meat sauce. It will take some time to cook the meat sauce, but most of it is unattended time. This gives me lots of time to prepare my other dishes while the meat sauce is cooking. I'll start by creating the mirepoix base, which consists of 2 parts onions, 1 part celery, and 1 part carrot. But more on this later. When you're dicing the onions, the standard procedure would be to cut vertically down, then several horizontal cuts across. I find this horizontal cut to be pretty dangerous, especially for home cooks who do not have sharp knives. Also, it is not really necessary. I'll show you what I mean. When you only perform vertical cuts, you will end up with diced onions like these. Horizontal cuts are not necessary. Next, dice your carrots, then celery. We do not need to be perfect here as they are all going to be cooked down later. You should end up with about 2 parts onions, 1 part carrot, 1 part celery. But don't get too hung up on the proportions. I would sometimes use 1 part each. It just depends on what you have on hand. Garlic is not really necessary here, but I'll crush 2 cloves in it anyway. Turn on the Instant Pot and put it on the saute function. You can of course use a normal pot if you do not have an Instant Pot. The default timing for sauteing is 30 minutes. We will not be sauteing for 30 minutes, but we can just leave it as it is and switch it off when we are done. When the pot is hot, add in some oil. Put in the minced beef. Break it up as you fry it. I generally do not like single-use tools, but this measure does a pretty good job in breaking up the beef. The beef is cooked when it's grey. If you find a lot of oil at the bottom of the pan, just pour some of it away. Next, add in the mirepoix. I'm not going to fry and soften all the vegetables here, as they will be cooked in a pressure cooker later. Add in 1 can of tomato puree, 2 cans of tomato sauce, and a can of chopped tomatoes. For the spices, I'm using oregano, thyme, and basil. Give all this a good stir. Cancel the saute function. Hit the pressure cook function and set the timer for 30 minutes. When we include the 15 to 20 minutes of pre-cooking and bringing the pot to pressure, together with the slow release after cooking, this should take about an hour or so. This will give me enough time to prepare the Brussels sprouts, the garlic bread, and the spaghetti. As the meat sauce is cooking, let's move on to the Brussels sprouts. To cook the Brussels sprouts, I preheat my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. You always put a wet towel or a non-slip mat under your chopping board. Accidents happen when the chopping board slips while you are slicing. These Brussels sprouts are pretty small. I figured I'll portion about 4 per person. But in the end, the portions didn't look right, so I used the whole packet instead. Cut the ends of the Brussels sprouts, then split it in half. I like to expose the interior of the Brussels sprouts so that the oil and seasoning can get right into it. Okay, this is where I decided that the amount of Brussels sprouts were just not enough for 5 people. Season the Brussels sprouts with olive oil, salt, black pepper, and some soy sauce. There are 2 reasons why I use soy sauce here. Firstly, it adds umami, and secondly, I'm after all a Chinese cook. Give this a toss and bake the Brussels sprouts at 180 degrees Celsius. And while that's baking, let's prepare the garlic bread. I'll split this loaf lengthwise, then cut it into 6 pieces. I'm feeding 3 teenagers here, so the extra serving would be good. For the garlic bread spread, I have some softened butter here. To it, add crushed garlic, salt. Use a little more salt here than you think you need. Black pepper, paprika, and some honey. Give this a good mix. Then, spread it generously over the bread. I'm toasting 4 pieces first because my main oven died on me. And my backup oven can only hold 4 pieces at a time. Let's check the Brussels sprouts. They look pretty good here. I can see the edges starting to brown. But I think they need a couple more minutes. Meanwhile, I'll boil the spaghetti, which I did not film. Anyway, just follow the instructions on the packaging. Check the Brussels sprouts again after 5 minutes. They smell good and they look done. There are no big time for Brussels sprouts. It just depends on their size and how well done you want it to be. Use sight and smell to determine its doneness. Also, you can try eating a piece. Out come the Brussels sprouts and in goes the garlic bread. Let's give it a couple of minutes to toast. I think I've toasted it a bit too long. They look a bit dark. Okay, the meat sauce has finished cooking. Add in 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. And season it with some salt and pepper. Then taste to see if you need more seasoning. This tastes like the way I like it to be, but I prefer my sauce to be thicker. To thicken the sauce, turn on the sauté function and let it boil. This will evaporate the water, thickening the sauce and concentrating the flavor even further. Now to serve. This is a large serving of spaghetti because I'm feeding a teenager. Ladle the sauce on the top. Shave some Parmesan cheese on top of that. And serve it with a side of Brussels sprouts and a piece of garlic bread. This video is a bit different from my usual videos. Let me know if this type of content is useful to you and if you'd like to see more of this type of content format. Give this a like if you have gained something from it. It would really help this channel. And I'll see you in my next video.